So guys, instant match reaction, it finishes Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0, and that is not the reaction we needed after that Chelsea result on the weekend. Another horrible performance tonight, and there were so many things wrong as well with it, and it's just so frustrating now, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now is going to have a lot of people on his back because, you know, top 4, I've said it before, is not guaranteed, and with performances like that, you would not think we're second, and you would not think we're in a good position for top 4 because we were so poor tonight, and just, you know, there's a lot of things wrong with it. The lineup going into the game, there were a few big changes, of course. The big one was Dean Henderson was in there over David De Gea, and that's one thing, you know, you don't change. You don't keep on switching around the goalkeeper positions. That is the one position out of all of them you don't change. And just because Henderson is not happy does not mean you need to make him happy by playing him in a, you know, every other game or every other 2 games. Stick with De Gea and stop switching around your keepers for the first one. And that was the biggest change, where you also saw Matic come in, but defence was the same you normally see, and then you saw Matic alongside Fred, and then ahead of him Bruno, on the left Rashford, on the right Greenwood, and then you saw the return of Edison Cavani up front, who had a really poor game today as well. Not his fault, but didn't have too much service as well. But that was a team going into the game, and, you know, I was confident going into the game. I was hopeful of, you know, smashing Palace 2-3-0, but that never happened tonight. It ended 0-0, and I think that's our third draw in a row now. So, you know, it's not looking good for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But of course, in the first half, you know, we were really slow starting out. You know, the tempo wasn't there. We were slow in all areas. We were pretty slow, to be honest, and we were struggling to break down Crystal Palace at the back. And I think in the first half we managed 1 shot on target, and in the second half I don't think we managed a shot on target at all. So, you know, I was watching the first half and I was like, going into the second one, surely, you know, it has to get better. Surely it can't get worse. But it got worse in the second half, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't change anything until the 75th minute. You know, I was just thinking, surely you've got to see something's not working in that team. You know, surely you got to see in the first half, you're not playing well, you got to change it up. But he waited and waited and waited, and nothing got better. And it's like he expects it to improve without making any changes. That's not how you get the team playing better. You got to risk things. You got to, you know, change the team up. You know, add a bit of spice. Play Dan James from the second half. Bring on Diallo from Bring on Diallo from the second half. You know, and then when he does make a sub, you know, we need a goal, and you're bringing on Scott McTominay. You're bringing on a midfielder when we need a goal who doesn't get the licence to go forward. What is that going to help? And, you know, one thing I want to say, Rashford tonight, absolutely awful, and he got the whole 90 minutes. I don't know how bad a player has to play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to take him off, because Rashford was really bad tonight. And also in the game, I thought, you know, there were a few negatives. Fred today, a total liability, was awful all around the pitch. You know, some of his passing, yet again, is absolutely atrocious. He has one good pass, then another bad pass, a good pass, another bad pass. And it's just, you know, so inconsistent with Fred. And that's the thing. And people were thinking, you know, there's people out there who think we don't need a centre mid, who don't think we need a CDM. You know, people out there who genuinely think that. Have you seen that today? That midfield is never ever going to compete with City, never going to compete with Liverpool, and never going to compete with the likes of Chelsea in that. That midfield is not good enough other than Bruno. There's no creativity in that team. Absolutely none other than Bruno Fernandes. And, you know, it's so frustrating because I expect us to bounce back from that Chelsea game and, you know, just beat Palace. That's all we needed to do. I said this was going to be a must-win. Like, you wouldn't watch that team and think we're second. You wouldn't. We're nowhere near winning a title with that side. And, you know, I don't know why we were so bad, because our away form has been absolutely, you know, absolutely brilliant this season. I think we broke a record as well. And I know it's still there, and we haven't got beaten, but, you know, I remember 1 or 2 shots on target the whole game. Like, I don't know why we struggled to create so much tonight. And I think, you know, there's going to be a lot of people in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's back now. And I think, you know, he needs to look at himself and realise that, you know, you're not playing good enough at the moment, and you need to change this team up. And there was worse news coming out in the press conference about saying we're not going to spend big this summer. So that just says it all, doesn't it? But yeah, very frustrating, very poor, and abysmal performance. But let me go into the player ratings. But fair, Palace weren't good tonight. They were awful. They didn't offer much. Other than, I think Dean Henderson, yeah, he made one massive save towards the end as well from Van Aanholt. So shout out to that. But yeah, player ratings, Dean Henderson, clean sheet, man of the match, kept us in a game. Got to be a 6, maybe a 7 for that, because you kept a clean sheet, made an important save. So 7 for me, Dean Henderson, man of the match. And that should be how, a goalkeeper should never be a man of the match, but he is. Left back, Luke Shaw, 6. Not very good tonight. Had a few chances on goal towards the end. Lindelof, Bailly, 5. Maguire, 5. They had nothing to do really tonight, did they? I made a few errors at the back in the early signs of the first half. They were awful. They were giving the ball away left, right, and centre. But yeah, 5. Wan-Bissaka, 4. 5, if I'm being generous. Wasn't very good tonight at all. Tried going forward. We saw him go forward a bit, but maybe I'm just being too harsh on him because I'm not very happy with the performance. But yeah, probably say I'm just going to give him a 5 as well. But you could give him a 4. Midfield, Fred, 4. Generally a 4. Absolutely abysmal tonight. Absolutely abysmal. As I said, doesn't really help out that midfield. And recently, he's not been playing very good. There was one stage where he was absolutely excellent. But what you get with Fred is you get inconsistency. And that's what you get with a lot of this team. So yeah, 4. Matic, 5. Maybe a 6. I think he did alright tonight. Of course, he should never be playing this Manchester United team. But he is in there. I heard Matic just coming out now saying, well, Manchester United, we have to win this kind of game. Then why don't you try and win the game? It's Crystal Palace you're playing against. So where were we? We were on the Bruno Fernandes ahead of him, 5. Not very good today at all. Maybe you could even put him down to a 4 if you're being totally honest, because he did not have much going forward tonight. Lost the ball plenty of times, had a few missed passes. So yeah, 5, 4 maybe. God, 5 though. Half of this team are just bang average tonight and below standard. On the left, Rashford, 4, 3. Probably a 3. Really bad tonight, Rashford. Really poor. Running into players, the Crystal Palace players, not creating anything, not getting hardly any crosses in, or creating any shooting opportunities for himself. 3, yeah. On the right, Greenwood. Okay, I'm going to praise Greenwood tonight just because he was the only one trying shots at the goal. He was only one attempting shots on the goal. He was the only one trying to make stuff happen going forward and look for Cavani in the box. So praise to him. I'm going to give him a 6. Probably a 6 is good enough for me. Maybe a 7, but he didn't really get a goal. But yeah, he was the only one trying that team tonight. And then on up front, Cavani, 5. Didn't have too much going on. Really, really poor today. Of course, coming back from his injury, so we'll let him off for a bit. But, again, it just wasn't good enough. But yeah, better ratings, guys. Tell me what you guys think the ratings are and what you think they deserve. But overall, as I said, guys, what can you say? Manchester United are in big, big trouble now. I know we're still in top 4, but if we keep on playing like that week in, week out, with City coming up on the weekend, if you play like that against City, we are going to get spanked. We're going to get absolutely slaughtered by City if we play like we did today. But anyway, guys, man of the match, as I said, Dean Henderson for making that most important save towards the end. But other than that, guys, tell me what you guys think down below. It's another draw for Manchester United. It's another point on the board, but we really did need 3 tonight. But anyway, guys, well, Leicester drew as well today, didn't they? So that's probably good. But yeah, we'll have to see how other teams get on. But tell me what you guys think down below. Make sure to drop a like, guys. Subscribe down below. Turn on notifications so you get notified when I upload. And I'll be back tomorrow for a news video. Frustrating, Manchester United.